Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Rachel says hi. Yeah, see, Rachel's saying hi. Well, tell me. Tell me all about it. What are you thinking? Tell Rachel. Or not. Or not. Oh. Oh. Are you gonna jump down, or are you just gonna stand there, you weirdo? No, you're just gonna stand there? Oh, you're trying to push me out of the bed? She's like, come on, go. Let's go. Whole long string of cows going behind our van here. What are you thinking? Oh, I have no motivation this morning. Zero motivation, huh? Yeah. Oh, geez. What is going on? What is going on over here? What are you doing, you? What are you doing? You're so silly. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Yeah. She is such a weirdo. Okay, can I get up? Can I get up? You gotta move. You're in my way. In my way? Yeah, you are. Okay, I'm trying to get by you and you're in my way. Oh. What are you doing? Can I have a hug? Can I have a hug? Oh, getting those hugs. Thank you for the kisses. Thank you for the kisses. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's. Ooh, what's going on there? Oh, how about you? What do you got going on here? And what's the library using? Like, oh gosh, damn. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Here we go. Okay, grab your bell. Somebody put a freaking bell on that guy? Put a freaking bell on you. Put a freaking bell on you. There you go. Get rid of this. Here we go. There. Can't forget this. So put that right there. Okay, go ahead. Ooh, it's chilly. Oh, it's chilly out there. Owie. Oh, that hurt. Gosh, dang, that hurt. You're fine out there. Where are these? Yes. Or not. Ooh, doody doo. That's my coat, thank you. Oh, it is so dusty out here today. Good morning, Spice Girl. So dusty. Bloodied myself this morning, rammed my hand right into my shelf above my sink, putting my shirt on. God dang, I got some congestion because of all this, not really congestion, but like frog in my throat from all this dirt in the air right now. It is horrible. It makes sense because that wind really did kick up yesterday afternoon. Even like looking off in the horizon, it is like twice as bad as it's been. How did it do? Charged our battery. I don't know what my dog's doing over here. No idea what she's doing. I don't even know how far we're gonna go today. Who knows? It's supposed to be a recovery run, but not really. It doesn't have to be a recovery run. Sunday is just usually my recovery run days, which is why I have that in the title. Because there's a part of me that wants to do at least 15 just to kind of do a like a little bit of an overload. No trails up there. Oof, my sunglasses are filthy. Can I use this to clean them? Guess we'll find out. Guess we'll find out. You're ready to go, huh? Not the best cleaning. I got so sweaty at the end of yesterday's run that they got all like nasty filmy on them. Okay, you guys are gonna go all crazy here for a second. There you go. Okay. I don't know why we're tilted sideways, but let me change camera views here. A little bit of a breeze today, but look at how like hazy it is. It is horrible for the dust, and I can feel it. Like even these mountains, you can tell how horrible it is. And the way the wind is blowing, that right there, that's not clouds. Those have been sitting there the whole day, and you can kind of see it off in the horizon over here too. That's dirt. That's dust. That is not clouds. Oh, I forgot to turn my overlay on. Sorry, everybody. Hold on a second. Okay, never mind. I did turn it on. So I upped, just trying it out today, I upped the feed to 1080p today just to see how well it'll do out here. I had it lowered because the signal isn't the best out here. So we'll see. It looks like I'm maxed out at about 9 megabytes. So we'll see how well we do. But I gotta tighten up my vest or my nipples are gonna get chafed. Sorry, my dog's pooping. I don't know why she couldn't do that earlier. Ooh, you were having issues. Why are you having issues? What did you eat? As a true dog parent, I gotta go look at her poop and figure out what she has going on. It's probably from that bone that she ate yesterday. But I can't tell. She definitely ate something. But she passed, like it looked like she might have passed it. I'll have to keep an eye on her. Yeah, we gotta keep an eye on you. Yeah, you. She sits down. Okay, keep an eye on me. Like that. Told her we have to keep an eye on her. She's like sits down and just stares at the camera like, okay. Okay, we're probably going to see a bunch of cows because this morning we watched this huge line of cows off on the further ridge there, just single file line walking off that direction. So chances are we're probably going to see them around where we take the road off. Is there somebody up there parked? I can't tell. It almost looks like somebody's parked up here. I guess we'll find out when we get there. Like, I haven't heard anybody or anything, so I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Legs actually feel pretty good today, so that's why I was like, maybe we should try and do an overload, because pretty much Friday was my recovery day, so I don't need another recovery day. Behind us. Here she comes. Oh, she's having. I figured she was probably going to have some tummy troubles because she ate a stick yesterday, and then she ate that bone. That rib bone that was all bleached and whatever in the sun. So when she bit on it, it just pretty much splintered. So I was like, oh, great, you're gonna have. I figured she was gonna have some tummy troubles. I think we are gonna leave here tomorrow. We're gonna get a run in the morning before we leave, but I think we are going to leave here. No idea where we're going to go yet, but and we might just go somewhere for like 3 or 4 days and then somewhere else. I don't know. I would like to go to Black Canyon. The problem is to be there by Thursday, which I guess would work. We stopped somewhere between now and then, but also we could just take in. Actually, I think we are. I think what we might do is go from here tomorrow, and we'll go to Madeira and see if we can find a spot for a couple days. And I'm not too worried about being like in the dispersed area. It actually might be cool. Maybe we'll see if we can get into the actual campground. And then that'll be like, I don't know what it is, have a, you know, one of those passes things, so it's cheaper, probably like $7 or $8 versus the 15 or whatever. That'd be kind of cool, and we could climb Florida Pass, maybe get some vert. But that'll also let me completely fill up my water, so it'll be nice. For like, what, 3 nights or something, and then go to Black Canyon, because I'd like to do my long run at Black Canyon. We'll see. We will see. Jeez, I lost everybody. Nobody's wanting to join me today, I guess. I had 7 people there for a second between both platforms. And everybody was like, this is boring. Which I get it. It's the same thing the last few days. Oh, man. Whatever reason last night, I had a hard time sleeping. I don't know why. It was weird because like 7:30 last night I was trying to watch one of my shows on YouTube, one of the guys I watch all the time to learn some stuff, geology guy. He's doing this whole series, whatever, not like 3 series or 3, because he does it by letters, so it'll be like an A to Z series on something 3 letters behind. But, alright, come on this way. I think she sees the cows, maybe they just haven't wandered that far. But who knows? I mean, that'd be awesome if they hadn't wandered that far. Let's see them all the way back then. But I was like, I couldn't even keep my eyes open. I'm like, falling asleep and everything. And I actually didn't think I fell asleep for like 5-10 minutes. Woke back up and it's like, oh gosh dang, I gotta rewind this whole thing because I fell asleep and I don't even know what the heck he was talking about anymore. So I stopped it, put something else on. I was like, well, I'm just gonna keep falling asleep. So I didn't want to go to bed that early. So I put something else on. I don't remember what it was now. But when I changed it, whatever else, then I was awake. And I couldn't go back to sleep until about almost 11 o'clock. And then like I fell asleep for maybe half an hour, and then she woke me up. I'm guessing it was probably because she was having tummy troubles. Now that I see that this morning she's having tummy trouble. I mean, she just said she had to go to the bathroom, but I was like, oh, it makes sense because she didn't go any, pre-bedtime potties. Like, I mean, last time she went was like 6 hours before that. The cows have been through here already today. That's definitely fresh track from them. So we're going to still see them ahead of us. So hopefully we see them before she sees them. Otherwise, she's probably already left me in the dust because she's chasing them. But yeah, so then because of that, like, then I was awake again for a bit. It's like, so I got maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 hours of sleep total, I guess. I don't feel like I got that much, but not that that's a lot. I do best with 8 hours. And actually, with as much volume as I'm doing, I do best with 9 hours. But we also last night, let's see, yeah, it was while I was eating dinner. Because I had the back door open because the direction the wind was blowing, I was able to, and it was actually started to settle down a little bit by then, but it was still blowing decently. But cut the back door open because it wasn't blowing in that direction, and all of a sudden I hear her, like, she starts barking at something, looking out the door, and I'm like, what are you barking at? So I kind of looked for a while, and it was our friendly, not so friendly squadron of javelina was wandering through behind us. And actually they got really close to the van because later that night I was walking outside, I rubbed against a freaking mesquite branch. That was nice. Hopefully I didn't feel like I scratched myself, but I don't have any thorns in me, I'll be good. But yeah, they were just hanging out back there. She started barking at them, and they could care less. I have no idea where my dog's at. I'm trying to listen for her. I have no idea where she's at. The road is just right up here, so I wouldn't think she made it up there. Unless she's chasing cows. I don't see any dust trail from cows sprinting away. A bit of goopiness in my nose too, which I know is from all this dirt flying around in the air. Nari, where are you at? Nari, come. I do not hear her. There she is. She is way the fuck up there. What the hell are you doing up there? She was all the way down to the road. Hey, what are you doing up there? You stay with me. It's gonna be one of them days. It's gonna be one of them days with her, I see. Hey, sweet girl. You stay with me, okay? Yeah. You stay with me? Yeah, see now, you must have been chasing something because now you are totally out of breath. Yeah. You just stay with me. Which means the cows probably are just right up here. That's probably what she was chasing. They're down in a wash, so I can't see them. Although, I don't see their tracks right here. So where did they go off to? They were on the road, and now they're not. Yeah, she was definitely chasing something. Doesn't necessarily have to be cows, but she was chasing something. She heard me and she came back. I mean, I could see all the way to the road. So she was past the road. Where we're at, I could see very clearly. In fact, if she was right here, I would have heard her too, because when I heard her, she was like right about here running back. So I don't know what she was chasing, but she was chasing something. Oh, maybe I'm more tired than I thought I was. Again, my legs feel good, but just me overall, I don't think my energy reserves have come back. I had to force myself to eat last night. I was just like, because I was more dehydrated, I was more thirsty than hungry. And then even after I made dinner, I was like, ate a little bit of it and was like, I'm good. And wanted to drink more water. It's just weird for me. After our long run yesterday, which I ended up with about 19.25 miles. There's a part of me that almost wanted to go again last night for another 10K or something, but I figured probably shouldn't. I mean, after today, when doubt, I'll probably get over 100 miles for the week. Who knows? Definitely not as close as I thought it was. I mean, if we did 10 this morning and then just did another 4 tonight, I'd have over my 100 miles, even though Bravo won't say it. Because I was shorted that mile on Monday where we were over across the valley. Because my watch decided to pause itself before we even started. It wasn't even the normal, like, where it asks you multiple times, you know, to start. And it's like, start now, and then you hit yes. And it's like, oh, hold on. I gotta get the GPS, or I gotta get satellite. And find satellite, and then it'll be like, start now, and you're like, yes. And it's like, hold on. I gotta find your heart rate. And then it'll be like, start now, and you're like, yes. And then it's finally like, okay, we're good. Because anymore, I pretty much like keep an eye on when I hit the start button, and I can just be like, well, there's where the cows cross right there. Wow, they're that far ahead of me? They're moving. No pun intended. They're moving. Because if you can override all that time where it's like, hold on, you just hit the go button again multiple times. But on Monday, it wasn't saying what it was beeping at us, like, are you gonna, it was beeping because it was like, are you gonna continue? Because at first I was like, it's beeping because it's like, are you gonna start anytime soon? But no, it was stuck on pause. And so it was beeping, like, because it was gonna go into power save, and you can still resume it. But that's what it was stuck on, was like resume. Oof, it is warm already. I'm glad I didn't. I thought about putting a long sleeve on because that breeze felt chilly when we were in the van. But man, it is hot out here. Yeah, it's supposed to be 70 today. And that was a good thing about yesterday. I was able to at least somebody in a four-wheeler drove right there too recently. It was good for heat training, so I definitely need to layer up and get used to some heat. But even as much water as I drank yesterday after a run, I still feel dehydrated. But I know it's just because it's like it's less than 10% humidity out here. It's like 7 or something like that. 7% humidity. I can tell. And the really sucky part is I don't have any lotion with me, so it's like I can wash my hands, and then they are just so dry afterwards. I have no way to put lotion on them because I don't have any. I did, but I ran out 2 weeks ago, roughly. I just forgot to buy some. I didn't have it on my shopping list. It is now. After yesterday. Needing lotion. I was like, oh, I didn't have my shopping list. But man, I was so sweaty by the end of our run. Nuts. I'll be the person driving down this road next. OHV. They'll side by side. They're looking at their road like, what the heck? Like, why is there so many people walking down this road and lots of dog footprints? It is weird that there just hasn't been any traffic out here, because every other time I've been out here it's been so super busy on the weekends. We didn't see anybody yesterday. And even the weekend before, we saw a couple people, but nothing like normal. It's kind of crazy. Ooh. Had oatmeal today. Even this morning, I wasn't like super hungry, which is weird. Had oatmeal, and I put some pecans and some peanut butter powder in it. Whatever reason, it is giving me a little bit of indigestion. I was also, I didn't really feel like drinking my coffee this morning either, which is very, very unusual. I don't know what that was about. I forced myself to drink it just because I know if I didn't, I would probably end up getting a caffeine headache. I'm trying to figure out where my dog is at. I haven't seen her yet. She might have gone over there where the water is, but I don't hear her either. But she's got to be ahead of me. There she is. Okay. She's just hanging out over. Actually, not by the cholla. She was hanging out underneath the mesquite tree. Oddly enough. Actually, you know what it is? I drank a whole like pint of water with an electrolyte tab in it. That's probably what given me the how you girl? The indigestions. Last night, I'm like, she was all laid over on her side, and I'm looking at her and I'm like, wait a minute. And I looked a little closer, and she actually had 2 freaking needles from a cholla like on the very bottom of her chin. I'm like, is it? Yeah, that is, because I couldn't tell if it was just her whiskers or what. But so I pulled the first one out, and she was like, what the hell? And I was like, hold on, you got another one. And I think she's understanding now, because I mean, she'll still, if it's on like the side of her face, it doesn't matter. You take your, there could be nothing there, and you just move your hand there, and she's like, I'm gonna bite your fingers. Just a very uncooperative patient. Same thing with her ears. I can sit there and just play with her ears all day long when she's just hanging out. But as soon as you try and come at it with a piece of cotton or something to clean her ears, she's like, I'm gonna bite it. Anyway, so the second one, she just kind of accepted it and let me grab a hold of it. And then I found one also, like on her, like the side of her torso. I think she has another one too, but like when she was sitting up this morning, I saw it, like what looked like one, but it's kind of like buried in her fur. And so but then when I went digging for it, I couldn't find it. I think she has one. But in order to get it, I think I'm gonna have to pin her down and go at it with the tweezers because it's underneath her fur. Hi. Hi, sea girl. Yeah, you're already getting hot. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll see how we do when we get down here, but we might only do the 8. We'll see. Maybe we'll do 9. Maybe we'll do 9. Or even 10, really. Who knows? I did fill up our water, so we got lots of water. Although I've already almost drank half mine. I gotta steal half of yours. Yeah, I gotta steal half of yours. Well, I think there's water down in the tank. I think she got a drink yesterday, so she could go get down here at this tank to get a drink. It's about 1.5 miles away. Oh, that wind feels nice. I'm usually very outspoken against any sort of wind and breeze, but feels nice. And I said, well, do what I say we'll do. That is pretty much what she says. That is what she says. Inside was like 72 degrees when I opened the door, so that tells you it had to have been close to 70 outside. It only got down to 44 degrees last night. It was so nice. Turn the heater on once. Even this morning when I got up, I didn't even turn the heater on. I did have to run the vehicle this morning for about 2 hours just to give my charging a kickstart. Hoping, since it's supposed to be pretty warm today, that it'll help with the charging on my van. 'Cause that's the other thing. Even the way the solar power works, like, you could have the most direct sunlight in the world, but if it's cooler out, it's also not going to be charging as efficiently. If it's a little bit warmer, I think we're probably going to get a good... Probably charge at a good 15 amps. So I've been charging at is like 8 or 9, so anything more than that is way better. But that's still only going to put me up to, by the end of the day, if I don't watch TV and stuff, by the end of the day I'll only be at like maybe 76, 77%. Sounds like a lot, but it's not, because you can't use 100% of your battery. I can only drop down to like 54-ish before things start turning off, like your refrigerator, and I also have to worry about, well, my alarm definitely goes off because the voltage drops so bad. And go much more than that, I have to worry about my batteries thinking they're at 0. That's what happens with lithium. If they were just like a regular deep cycle battery, then you can usually go pretty low with those, but you still have to worry about wrecking the battery. So even though it says I have over half my battery, I really don't. I'm almost at 100% use of my batteries. So at 77%, I'm at 50% use of my batteries, is really how it calculates out. We can stop when I'm tired. Well, the problem with that philosophy from her is we still need to turn around and go back. So if we keep going until she's tired, then I'm carrying her back, and that ain't gonna work. Especially being that after the 19.5 miles we did yesterday, she still wasn't tired. She immediately, when we got back, she like jumped up, ate a little bit of food, drank some water, but then she was like, let's play. Hello. Well, we're only a mile away. She wants some water. Even though before we left, I was like, drink some water. Yeah. I told you to drink water, and you just told me to, what about yourself? You, what about yourself? Where are we at? We are moving slow today. Holy cow. Like, we're not even at a, I don't know, I guess we're probably at close to a 14-minute mile pace right now. When I'm running, I'm actually running at like a 9:30, but it's just one of those days where running seems hard, which doesn't really make sense because I feel good enough. Like, the actual act of running isn't hard. I just don't feel like running. And I think it's because actually how warm it is. It is super hot out right now. Man, I might have to take my coat off. The heat training is good for me. Oh, look, she's over here underneath the cholla. Do you see any other cholla around here? Nope. No other cholla. But, you know, she just has to go and get stabbed in the feet. Her masochist self. Oh, I have been like super gassy this morning too, which kind of worries me. I'm gonna have a bathroom emergency later. I should plug my phone in because we are somehow already down there in battery. I started out with 100%. I've been streaming for not even an hour and I'm down to 40% already? Like, what the fuck? There we go. Well, I've been trying to keep an eye on my signal since we're doing this whole 1080p, trying it out for your guys' viewer experience. And I upped the FPS as well to 60 frames instead of the 30. And what I can tell you is most of this, I might as well just drop it back down to 30 because I don't have the bit rate to carry 1080, and I think I'd drop it down to 720 or whatever the next one down is too, because don't have the bit rates most of this. Not that I'm going to be here a lot longer to be streaming. But whatever. At least I know. Yeah, you're getting hot because you're standing in the shade as you wait for me to come up. Mary's like, I'm not used to this heat. Even down here in the desert, it hasn't been this hot. What is going on? Speaking of, it looks like Black Canyon this year is going to be a hot one. It looked like it was forecast in that area. Oh, geez. A little bit of hiccup thing. A little hiccup indigestion thing going on. Which is nothing like during my 24-hour race. I had hiccups for pretty much the whole race. Couldn't get rid of them. It was so miserable. But it looks like it's supposed to be into the 80s. Versus last year when they got snow that morning. At least up on top, but it was cool throughout the whole day. Like even down at the finish line, before the sun even went down, I had to put my puffy jacket on because it was chilly. Figure out what I'm going to be doing. I know I'll be doing some videography, but who knows what else they'll have me do. I told them I could do anything. Because the more hours worked, the more money. Not that I'm in it for the money, I just love doing it, but it is nice to be compensated. Wait, is Rachel here? Are you still here? Oh. I need to look at our condo association board schedule or whatever you call it for this next meeting to figure out what they're going to be talking about. I know the budget is one, and I won't be there for it. But what I could do, if she was up for it, is fill out a proxy and have somebody else show up to the meeting for me. Or call into it. I guess they do that sometimes too, which I'd be fine with, I guess. But I can't imagine, like, if I was there, I would set up some sort of like official like Zoom call so these people could just come in and, you know, we could have it look a little more professional for these meetings, because a lot of times we struggle to have a quorum, and it would be a lot easier for people that can't, especially this time of year. There's a lot of people, a lot of owners in that building that go wherever, like somewhere south in the wintertime, so they can't attend either. Like, I don't know if they're in Arizona or Mexico or where they go to, but our two yucca friends that like to stare at us as we come up the road. Those are my landmarks right there. It looks like one there, but there's two of them. And from back this direction, it looks like two people staring at us. And then once we get down here, it looks like two people just standing there staring at an idiot running up the road. Oh, I'm gonna get down to this tank. I'm definitely taking my jacket off, so. It is hot. It's gotta be easily in the 60s already. Man, I'm probably lying just because it's been so cold here. It's probably really like 50 degrees, but it feels like it's a lot warmer. That breeze feels so good. Of course, once I take my jacket off, that breeze is probably gonna feel cold. way back. If I had to take my guess, they're probably on their way over to that little corral water place, water trough. It's about 2 miles from here. Got about a quarter mile to the tank down here. There she goes. Oh, I think we might maybe do 10 miles today. Let's see. I do feel pretty good. Or we could go down our one road and maybe just do yesterday when we went down that way, there was a bunch of cows hanging out there. Don't need that. Oh, maybe we'll just do the 10, and then tonight, if we're feeling up to it, maybe knock out a 10K. I don't know. It's just such a beautiful day down here. Oh, geez. I always forget about this hill right here, because it's like not even a 1/10 of a mile from the tank up here. It's nuts. Oh man. It is so hazy. Now why am I losing signal? That's weird, because it's been like weird the last couple days. We spent 2 weeks here, no issues on any of these roads out here. Then like the last 2 or 3 days, there's been certain spots where all of a sudden I glance down at my phone and it's like, your network connection is weak. I don't know why, like right now, I am up high. I know the cell tower is somewhere that way, I think. I have no idea though. I don't really know. I assume it's that way because if I go closer to the freeway, well, up until a point, there's like a little ridge. Once you get on the other side of that ridge, there's a cell tower somewhere by the freeway, but on this side of the ridge, you drive down to like, as you get closer to the ridge, which would be further south from here, you start dropping down to like one bar signal. But like right here, I have 4 bars. Like, so tell me why my network connection is weak. Oh, there we go. Now we finally got it back. I'm only pushing less than half a megabyte. Whatever. I think what it really is cell tower isn't, you know, it's not like one in a big city that is designed to just have mega data run through it. So I think I get kicked down to the bottom of the list for data when somebody else logs on for whatever reason. I think she just went and got a drink. If I had to guess. drink? Right here. Let's keep on. You didn't get a drink. What are you doing over there not getting a drink, huh? Although I don't know how much water's in there. I might just whip the bowl out. Let her have a little something, something. Come on over here where it's more wide open. Wide open. What? How's the song goes? Is it Spaces? Wide open spaces. With the what's the band? Dixie Chicks or whatever. Where? I'm gonna get you a drink. Why am I? Oh, so sitting on the ground for whatever reason, I don't get good enough signal, but as soon as I pick it up, all of a sudden my connection's great. That makes a lot of sense. Trying to shove my jacket into the back of my pack, and little one-track mind over here that only cares about the snacks. She's trying to dig into my vest because she knows where the snacks are. And it's like, oh, well, while you're doing that, I'm going to get in here and get me some snacks. It's like, no. And so now, my freaking running vest is so filthy. I think we'll just go down here we'll just go straight across as long as there's no cows over there, and then to get 10 miles in, and then we'll come back. Just a little out back today. I was looking the other day at all these routes. Since we pretty much do the same route every day. That's like, you look at them on Strava and it's like, man, that looks like it'd be a boring route. me, looking around at the desert topography and the surrounding mountains and all that, I don't look at, like, the route itself for me isn't boring, but I am getting bored of doing the same route. Has this always been there? Or am I just stupid? I don't remember that being there. Probably has, I guess. Probably has. Might have to try and blow the goopies out of my nose, but it looks like above us is still the freaking freeway for all the jets going back and forth. There's another one right there, but today though there's not, you can't see the contrails because they dissipate. That's the right word. Just shortly after the airplane goes by. I only saw this one because I could hear it. It is way over down the sky now. I mean, it's probably, shoot, from here, probably almost to Texas already. I hear another one coming overhead, but who knows where it's at. It would be already way ahead of us. It's probably right where the sun is, so I can't see it. But again, the contrails are not very long. So cool. My dog is way off to the right over here doing something. I can hear, oh, there she is. I was like, I can hear her, but I don't know what she's doing. She got herself a drink, so now she's just like raring to go. Ha! It's her butt. That was the funniest thing. She kind of like lurched forward and then tried to jump up and get my hand, and then was like, took off running. She obviously thought it was fun. Oh. There's a part of me that just wants to just run down the road to the right. And also, it looks like where the cows are going. You wanna go straight? There's another airplane. Let me see. Oh, I thought I saw it. Let's see it anymore. I wish. Here's the bad part. Here's the hard part. Cessna. Sounds like it's over the mountains over there. So here's the hard part. Like, if I was to just pretty much get rid of everything and like sell my place in Helena, like sell my van, sell all my well, not all my camera gear, I keep some of it, but most of my camera gear, and you know, pretty much just go super simple and all that, to where like I don't have a lot of, like at the most I'd have to pay, you know, for cell service, but even then probably not too bad. But like pretty much where I wouldn't have any like recurring monthly bills or whatever. Like at the most I'd probably have like $300 monthly bills. I could just be traveling the world right now. It would be so much fun. But now I have a little butt head, so I can't. Although, I don't know, I might be able to travel with her. A lot of places I'd be able to, but I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's kind of growing on me. But I think of like last year, and like when I spent 3 months just traveling around Europe, and it was so awesome. And I didn't really see, oh, there's the airplane, it's way down there. It's pretty low. Is that an airplane or a helicopter? No, it's gotta be an airplane. It sounds like an airplane. It looks like a helicopter from the side perspective. But it's probably ice. Oh, but like even like when I was traveling around Europe, I wasn't spending a lot of money there either. Like I mostly stayed in hostels, and each hostel, I mean, the average price was like let's just say I probably spent $1,000 a month on just for lodging, if I had to guess. And then I had a rail pass, so pretty much all my travel was free. Well, no, I mean, it was already paid for. Not necessarily free, but essentially it was. I think my rail pass cost me like $900, so that's $300 a month. I think just some of them tickets alone were like, if you wanted to buy them, was like $60-70. Oh no, 60-70 euros. Just because some of the travel I had to do. Now some of it was cheap. Like I remember when I went from where the heck was we stopped outside of Venice somewhere. It wasn't Venice, but it was over on somewhere on the Italy, it was probably Italy-Croatia border or somewhere around there. Oh, we want to go this way. And on our way to Ljubljana, Slovenia, and that was the most rickety frickin' train I had ever been on. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. Between that one and the one going from Kosice? I think it's Kosice. From Kosice to whatever that town was in the Czech Republic that I went to. That train was pretty rickety too. And I had to share that one with a because that was like all like cars, or what do you call it, the rooms, you know, on the cars. And so I had to share that with like 5 other people, and 2 of them were like this husband and wife, this old husband and wife from Slovakia, just doing their traveling thing. And it was funny, like, you know, the wife now brings her, you know, it's time for lunch, and it was a long train ride, so it's time for lunch, and the wife just pulls out a big old piece of bread and some like butter and then some like sorted cured meats and stuff, and they just eat their lunch together. I was like, oh, so cool. But the ride to Slovenia, to Ljubljana, that was like just a wide open train car. And there's our 5-mile mark. Maybe we'll go further. No, because if I do a 10K tonight, I don't really want to push it. We'll go a little further. No biggie. But that was probably the most fun I've had on a train ride, especially in Europe. There was 4 other younger, how would you call it? I would literally call them kids. They were in their, what do you call it? Their like their break year or whatever. And it was three kids from I don't know if it was Denmark or Belgium. I think it was Denmark. And then 1 kid from Germany, and none of them knew each other. Well, I mean, the three from Denmark, they knew each other. And then the 1 kid from Germany, like, and then there was me. And like, it was a lot of fun. We ended up, because it was a long train ride as well, even though the distance wise it's such a rickety train. I mean, we're only going at like, you know, probably 30 miles an hour. But so it was a long ride, and we played games and all that. I got to hear the story for those kids from Denmark, because they were in Venice, and I guess there was some like fancy like film festival or something going on there, and they ended up crashing it. Like all these people, you know, in their tuxedos and fancy dresses and stuff, and then these guys just showed up in like, you know, regular clothes. They ended up crashing it. They ended up eventually getting kicked out, but they were like rubbing elbows with all these rich people for like 3 or 4 hours before they ended up getting kicked out, like enjoying like free champagne and like all that stuff. I was like, you guys are crazy. But that also sounds like something I would have done when I was that age too. Probably well, I don't know. I really loved the time I spent it was an actual hotel, really cheap though, that I spent in Krakow in Poland. It was probably my favorite, because that city was so amazing, and the running I was able to do there was so cool. I actually spent 3 days there, because I never really knew how, like, I would go somewhere and I would give myself 2 nights when I was actually going, like once I got to somewhere. A lot of times I would just spend like 1 night in a little town where I had to, like, what would you call it, a transit station, I guess, where I would have to change or do whatever. That's how like where I was at in the Czech Republic on the edge. I wish I could remember what that town was, because it was kind of a scary town. And I only was there for one day because I just needed to wait till the next day, because there was only like one train that went from there to Krakow or into Poland every day, so I had to wait till the next morning to get on it. And then, but anyways, I would always give myself 2 days. But there, I ended up, staying an extra night. That hotel was really cool. It was super old. I mean, it was in the old town. Their breakfast was down in this, like, essentially, like, I think it was an old wine cellar, like a cave, down in the bottom of the building. It was so cool, the atmosphere and everything. Plus, awesome spread breakfast. That was awesome too. But I spent one day, the first day, just running around Old Town, which isn't like super big or anything. Like, I think total I might have got maybe 6 or 7 miles, just weaving all around for a few hours, seeing all the sights. But the next day I did like a long run, like going out into the outskirts of the town. It was so cool. Like, there was this long ass park that I was able to run down through, and then I was able to follow this little canal back to the river, ran along the river for a while. It ended up being like a 15-16 mile run. It was so cool. You go by the big ass castle and all that, and then the day after that is pretty much just chilled in the Old Town area. I don't think I did go for a run. Oh, hello, sweet girl. Are you telling me we should turn around? Because we are almost here to nothingness now. We can't really go much further. Can't really go much further. Which this will put us at about 11 miles. But anyways, that was so cool. Like, I loved doing that. Hungary was cool. Like, I spent 2 days in Budapest, so I only got like one really good run in there, but it was a long run, and I like went all over the place, back and forth across the river, like through all the fancy castles and stuff. I was getting eyeballed by their military because one of the, I don't know, is it their like their Capitol building, I guess you could say, like this big old castle had all the military and stuff in it. Like, you could go tour it, but there was like the free sections, and I was just wandering through the free sections. But yeah, keep in mind, I'm running, so I'm in like shorts and a t-shirt with my running vest on. She does not like the fact that I don't want to go any further. It's like, you've been this way, you know we can't go further. Like, what is your deal? But compared to like the rest of the tourists, yeah, I definitely looked out of place. And then what was one of the other places? And in Budapest, I stayed in like a super fancy hotel. Like, it was so fancy, but it was cheap. Like, I want to say like 54 euros a night. So what, like, 60 some dollars or whatever a night. And their breakfast in the morning was humongous. Like, it was like just giant buffet. And I used to spend, because my breakfast, I took advantage of those. Because I usually was like, that was my one meal every day. So I definitely took advantage of those. And then when I was in Prague, I stayed in a hostel there, which was like downtown or whatever, and that was super, like, for the price, that was a super nice hostel. And they had a decent breakfast in the morning too. I'll never forget, I went up talking to the girl that worked at the front desk, and I was like, I'm getting ready to go for a really long run. This would be my second day, because the first day I always would just hit a lot of the touristy spots, and then the second day I wanted to like explore the city nobody explores. That's what I usually did when I went to any of the cities. And I asked her, I was like, is there any, like, you know, place in the city that I should stay out of, you know, because it's dangerous or whatever? And that concept to her was like she didn't even really understand what I meant. I'm like, well, and I told her, I'm like, I'm going to be running like, you know, 30K around the city, so I just want to make sure you're good. And I never did feel unsafe in that town, but I definitely was in like regular neighborhoodville through a lot of it, and I was getting looks. It was obvious that here's this foreigner out here in this running vest just running through our neighborhood. But I had big hopes for Prague, and it wasn't my favorite out of all the cities. But I could also say that about Vienna as well. But I mean, Vienna was cool and all, but I don't know. It wasn't anything special. In Vienna, because that's where I was flying out of, I was there for like 4 days, I want to say. So I thought about doing, when I was coming back, I was going to go from Prague to Salzburg, or even somewhere in Germany, I thought about. But I couldn't make the timing work to be able to get back to fly out, because I wanted to spend at least 2 days in Vienna before I flew out, and I just couldn't make the connections work with the train and everything. But and then because of that, I was staying in a moderately priced, it was definitely the most expensive hotel I stayed in. It was an actual hotel that was really like directly across the street from the train station, which is also where like the metro was and all that too. But for me, it was just getting off the train and having to be able to just walk straight there. But that plane's still flying around. But Vienna, funny story, when I was there running around, I was doing one over by this park that has like a lot of like carnival type stuff in it. But on the way over there, I love like old churches and stuff. And so I as I was running to go across the bridge to the river and all that, I kind of glanced off to the left, and I was like, I could see these spires, and it looked really cool, little church. I was like, geez, that looks like some sort of like, in my brain I said Latvian Orthodox because it looks exactly like church in Butte, Montana, which is Latvian Orthodox. And then as I got closer, I was like, oh, this looks like a Russian Orthodox is what I figured out it was. Because they had a sign on the outside of the church. And so I was sitting there taking pictures, and all of a sudden I see these dudes in military uniforms. And at first glance, you know, after spinning, she's looking at me like, are you coming? Let's go, slowpoke. But after spending 20 plus years in the military, I instantly looked at those uniforms and I was like, those look like Russian uniforms. And as I was taking pictures of the church and stuff, they were like they were kind of following me around and definitely keeping an eye on me. And then I just, you know, after I got done checking everything out and whatever, I just continued my run, got back to the hotel, and I'm like looking on the map where that church was. Yeah, right next door was the Russian embassy. So it was like, no wonder they were keeping an eye on me. Here's this random foreigner taking pictures. And I was like, oh, well, I guess that kind of makes sense that they, you know, have a Russian Orthodox church right next door too. One thing I can say about Vienna that was really cool was, like, kind of in that they don't really have like an old town. Vienna's just so spread out and everything is scattered everywhere. But you can see all these younger musicians carrying their, you know, cellos and violins and that kind of stuff to school, really. Like, these are like college age, but you can see them like taking their stuff, like carrying their stuff to school, like all their instruments and stuff. And that was pretty cool. And even though it was cold, like it was late fall by this time, the leaves were pretty much gone by the time I got to Austria on the trees. But like running along the river, whatever river that is, the Danube or whatever it is, was pretty cool because there's trails that just went for miles along that river, and so that was pretty cool. Not like super scenic. It was pretty cool because it's just so flat you can't see anything, you know. But I don't know, we'll see. I definitely want to go back and do some more exploring. I definitely want to go back to Krakow again because that is within striking distance of those mountains that are just to the south. And those things looked so cool to run in. Like, there was trails all over when I was looking at the map. Never even heard of these mountains. And then last spring, the Golden Trail World Series actually had one of their races in those mountains. They ended up having to cancel it halfway through the race because the thunderstorms got so bad, but I was like, oh man. But I didn't even know those mountains existed until it was actually riding the train from Kosice to whatever that town was that I went to in the Czech Republic. But because then you can see them off in the horizon from the Slovakia side. It was like, I immediately was like, what are those mountains? So I looked them up on my map and I could see them. And then when I got to my room to the night, I did a little more exploring and stuff. No, we're not going that way. We're going back. Like, are we gonna continue on? No. We're going this way. Oh, she's such a turd. I mean, we're still gonna get. I mean, we're only gonna get. Well, we'll get about 11 miles this morning, but I plan on doing a 10K tonight too. Yeah, because we're gonna have to do something tonight for you, or you're gonna be a little turdy turd. Yeah. So why would I want to run extra this morning? I don't need any extra. Yeah, we don't need any extra. Why did you just boop me in the back of the calf? That was a purposeful boop too. Like she walked right up, booped me with her snout on my calf muscle. And then after she did it, she went around me like, just letting you know, just giving you a boop. She probably thinks that's what you're supposed to do because I boop her all the time throughout the day. I'll be like, boop. This is so dusty. Like most of this little trail is like freaking cake flour. So I don't really want to run on it. Because every time I step, it's like poof, poof, poof. And I'm just caked in freaking, oh, she found a stick. Caked in dust afterwards. She dropped her stick. Is that a good stick? Huh? Good stick? Yeah, okay. Okay. And there she goes. Fool. She always runs up ahead so that she can chew on her stick. So I'll give her a little time and let her chew on her stick. Oh, is that yummy? Just what you need to eat when you're having tummy troubles from the day before. Ow! She totally didn't whack me in the Achilles with her stick. Ow! Gosh dang it, she did it again. At this point, I know she's doing it on purpose. You little butthead. Like what? Girl, I'm not gonna do it. I was just thinking about it. I did it. Oh, geez. Gotta jump out of the way because she was gonna do it again. Oh man, it is. We're going into the breeze now, so it's a little bit windy out here now. Even though it sure does feel nice because I was getting warm. I think it's the first time since we've been here I've actually been able to just run in a t-shirt and shorts. 'Cause it's been fairly cool since we've been here. Oh, well, yesterday was definitely the first day in at least 2 weeks, or in the 2 weeks we've been here, that it was above 60 degrees. Now there was a couple days where Safford, which is like 20 miles that way, said it was supposed to get up to 64, but it did not get up to that here. Well, that was 7 miles, and from here we got exactly 4 miles to go. So we'll actually be right at 11. You want a drink? You can go. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, girl. I don't think you'll get a drink, but go get your feet wet. She's getting really good about being able to climb under the fences. Oh, she's drinking. She actually drank quite a bit. Well, good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Don't just stare at me. What? Go back down, get another drink. Jump in the water. I don't care what you do. What, you need me to come over there and lift up the fence for you? Is that what you're saying? You just climbed under the fence earlier. Now you're just being a little turd about it? Huh? Okay, there you go. Come on. You little turd. Yeah, the other one was way lower than that, and you easily climbed under it. Now she's got the zoomies playing with this stick. You got a chunk of wood, huh? Yeah? Okay. Well, you do you. I'm gonna continue on. You are such a weirdo. Oh my goodness. She is so weird. Okay, we're just gonna take it easy walking up this hill. Because now I don't feel the wind. And I am warm, even in my t-shirt. Today, I think, should do some computer work. I do need to sign up for a few races. I think I might. We'll see, but I might get like a separate phone line for my business account. But I'm definitely going to go in and talk to him about it. And I'm going to get an Android. There is an app that I really want to use, which would make my streams way better. But they don't have it on iOS. And there's a reason for that, because of the way they're having it. There's a reason why iOS will not support it. Gotta do it. I wish I had an old one, an old Android phone that I could just use. I would just connect to like my MiFi or something. Oh, maybe I could do that. Maybe I should just look on. No. We'll see. 'Cause I could just probably get like a ring and not have a second line on it and just use my MiFi, but it also might be nice to just have a different carrier too, and then like some sort of cell service. There's our two yuccas, our two peoples, our two yucca people standing there watching me climb up this hill. Oh man. I need to also figure out my budget if I can buy a couple items so that they're in my mailbox by the time I get back. I mean, I still have a couple weeks. It'd be nice to be able to, I don't know, maybe I can get paid for this job in time, so that I can order it and just put it on my business account, because it's going to be a business expense. But I like to separate the two. Not a big deal, because I can always just transfer money, but I just have it earmarked for whatever and put it in my accounting software as whatever. But many freaking shotgun shells out here. This almost looks like a 20 gauge maybe, but it could be a 432. It is a yeah, 20 gauge. here with a 20 gauge, but whatever. Like, oh, look at that. I'm having network issues again. This is right where we did before, too. Which doesn't make any sense. It makes 0 sense. Ooh, man. I am feeling this heat this morning. I don't know what that's about, but man, I am feeling it. Like, I don't even feel that tired or anything, but even with this wind, I'm still sweating. That wind feels nice. Although I am feeling this uphill a bit. That's okay. We can power through. I wish I could get rid of my fat belly. I swear, this thing is not getting any smaller. And I have to be losing weight. I don't know how I can't be. Oh. Speaking of losing weight, if you don't follow Runday and Run, he's on a weight loss journey. I think he was playing like Minecraft or something this morning, but yesterday he did 8 miles out on the cold and ice. The funny thing is I was following him, and then like Rachel was talking about, like, I hadn't seen anything from him for a long time, and Rachel was talking like, oh yeah, he was streaming the other day and doing this and whatever, and I was like, really? And so then I don't even know how, I just happened to be on Twitch, like live streamers, like people are live right now, my following. It's like, opened up his stream and it said it wasn't following. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I know I was following him. Like yesterday, I watched him for a couple hours doing his run before we took off on ours. And then like 2 weeks, or well, I guess a week ago, he was doing some hill repeats and stuff, and he raising money for the Trevor Project. Like, it's like, how do I not know about these things? Which I gotta figure out. I hit my, so here's the funny thing. Put this in perspective. Here I am, just a random guy, but I hit my affiliate anniversary, my 5-year affiliate anniversary next month. So I'm thinking about doing some sort of fundraiser, or maybe a subathon or something, I don't know, type of thing. But it's like, so look at how many followers I have and make that make sense. Like, I understand I'm not a good looking guy, but 5-year affiliate anniversary with only that many followers. And I only think about this because 2 nights ago, a DJ that I watch just had her 5-year partner, not even affiliate, partner, because she's like pretty much skipped all that kind of stuff. She's only been streaming for 6 years. But she had her partner anniversary, 5-year partner anniversary. She's got like, and she's, you know, what most people would probably consider attractive. I just like the music vibes. I don't necessarily, I mean, I can tell she's attractive, but she just doesn't do anything for me. There's definitely some things I don't find attractive about her. But, you know, almost 1 million followers and like 8,000 subs, you know. It's like, gosh dang. Only to be young and an attractive, young and attractive. It's not even just attractive female, but it just so happens that if you are an attractive female, there's a lot of guys that freaking are idiots. Let's just put it that way. But even if you're an attractive guy, still same thing. Like, look at you know, good old Joe. He's what I would consider a young, attractive guy. Does mostly like lifting and stuff like that, but you know, he's gotten into bodybuilding and everything, and that dude has, you know, 100 or so viewers every stream, and I don't know how many subs he has, but you know, he's probably got at least tens of thousands of followers. And I've been streaming longer than him. Now, again, I am like in this weird, tiny little niche. Like, you got your fitness streamers, which is a small category on Twitch anyways. And then within the fitness streamers, I know there was one person that used to be in my stream all the time, would always argue with me when I would make this comment, but I am the OG running streamer. Because I was doing this for, what, a year? Yeah, at least a year before. So I've been doing this for 7 years. Running, streaming for 7 years. I just need to come up with better ideas to make it more interactive, make it more fun for people to watch, I think. I mean, I thought the whole doing push-ups for followers would be fun. Like if I'm gaming or whatever, I'll still, if you give me a sub, I'll still go run an extra mile. I mean, even today, if you subbed, I'd run an extra mile. Because that's fun for me, and I think it would be fun for other people too. I always do worry about with the whole sub thing though, that someone's gonna drop like a 20 gifted or something, and then I'll be like, oh damn, it's gonna take me all day. Oh, well, we got less than a 5K back now. I think, like right now, I'm not like tired or anything, so that's not why I'm walking. I'm actually just enjoying it out here. So the more I run, the quicker it's gonna be over with, and I really don't want it to be. I'm just out here having fun. Just enjoying the. Now, granted, I am a little warm, but there's all those cow tracks. I wonder if we like missed them. Like they work. We got ahead of them, and then they came through behind us as we were going down, and now they're off that direction when we came back or something. Who knows? But even though I'm a little warm right now, and that breeze does feel so nice, it's quite pleasant out here. Like, I'm having fun just being out here. The dog is way down over there, taking a shortcut, cutting corners. Oh, she's looking at me like, making sure I'm still coming. I am. She thinks I'm going slow. Well, I am going slow, but I'm just trying to enjoy it. Like I'm having fun running too, but again, if I run, it's gonna be over with faster. Like this section, I love running. Once we get past the water tank though, I could do without it. That is by far the most boring section for me. And probably because this has a little more like rolly to it. Even though it's uphill, it's still, you know, it modulates. Alright, I wish you'd get away from the cactus. Come on. At least you're smart enough not to just step on it, but still. I forgot how much I like these sprint shorts. These are my old racing gear. And I like them, but I don't usually use them because then everybody will think I'm an elite sponsored racer. And I'm not. I don't know, I might have to use these for my next race because they are quite comfy. I don't think I have my racing singlet still. if I did, it would be kind of cool to wear. Just wear the old race kit. Because it's not like I can't wear it. Like, I'm not allowed to. It's not that team with this race kit stuff. It's not like a sanctioned, you know, competitive team. It's just a run club, basically. That's all it is. But I loved representing them. I know I still have my actual, like, my race bib when I was on the competitive team. I know I still have that somewhere, packed in my storage, just in case. Even though there's no way I'm ever gonna race for them again. I'm almost thinking about just starting my own competitive team in Montana, but the logistics behind that is kind of difficult, because in order to make it profitable, you need to have sponsors and stuff like that. So, and then you need to recruit. Elite runners as well, but at one time there's a guy I know back in Montana. I mean, I talked about this previously. There used to be a competitive team up there, and it just kind of went defunct. But the guy that started it or whatever, I mean, he still owns the rights to the team. And so the guy I know, he was trying to work a deal to get it going again. And he wanted me to be on the team, even though I told him I'm not necessarily as competitive like I used to be. But he didn't really care. And so I actually got kind of a little excited about it. Well, he never could work out a deal with the guy, and it's like nothing's happening to it, you know. It's like essentially it's just like a trademark, the name, that's all it is. It's like, why wouldn't you? You're just gonna take the ship down with you when you die, like whatever. There definitely is some pretty strong individuals up in Montana that easily could go pro if they had the support for it. And I'm not even counting some of the pros that are up there that are already on racing teams, like Jeff Garmeyer and Bozeman. He's a John G athlete, part of Era Viper Racing. And then you got like Adam Peterman, and he's on the Hoka Racing team. And then you got a huge contingent of North Face in the Missoula area. Big team there, which makes sense since that's where Mike Wolf, where he lives. And what the heck is the female? Super talented, what the heck is her name? Lives there as well. Oh, she might live up by Kalispell, really. But but still over on that side of the state. And then Chris Brown, he lives over there. I'm pretty sure he's still in North Face. Maybe not. I don't know if he's really a competitive athlete anymore. Last time I talked to him, it sounded like he was still doing some races, but I don't know if he's doing those as a competitive athlete. Oh, this is so sandy. We're almost to the tank though. We just gotta climb out of this wash. This is so hard to run on. What she's doing. Thought she might want to go over and get a drink, but she knows it's over there, so if she really wanted to go, she could have. I mean, we're only 2 miles away now, so. This will tell you how warm it is out here. We've only done, well, let's see, I'm at 9 miles and I've almost drank my entire water bottle already. That is very unusual for me. My dog is just hanging out in the shade of different trees, like these mesquite trees, or yuccas, or whatever she stops underneath. So you know she's warm, and she's a warm weather dog. That tells you right there how pretty warm it feels out here. I don't know what the real feel is, but that wind, if there wasn't a slight breeze, which helps out a lot, God dang, it must be like, to me it feels like 85 friggin' degrees out here. Hey, which yeah, isn't that hot, but it is for a Montana boy. What are you trying to bite my fingers for? Huh? Why are you trying to bite my fingers? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's keep going. Pretty sure she wants a snack. Yeah, see, I said the word and she stopped and looked at me. We're almost back to the van, you fool. It's not snack time. That is definitely what she wants now. It's like, hells yeah, it is. Give me my snack. I should start carrying around a little Ziploc baggie with some biscuits in it or something. I will say though, this little burst of warmer weather like this is getting me super excited to do some big mountain adventures in Montana this summer, because I won't really be able to do any of them until around August. she chasing? Whatever it was, it must have been too fast. There she stops so we can catch up. Here she comes. There she goes. There's one I want to do. Might see if some of my running friends want to do it. I know a couple of years ago I asked if somebody wanted to do the China lollipop with me, and he was interested. He just couldn't do that date. Last time I was up in the Bob, like the day we got there, one of my friends was running out there. It was like, oh, what are you doing? Like I saw on her Strava about being out there, and he's like, what the heck? Like, you literally were right where I was at. Like, I'm actually surprised we didn't run into each other, because there was about a 3-mile stretch of the route that both of us were on together. I went one direction, she went the other, but I bet you she would do it too. My dog will definitely be able to do it by then. She will have her, as long as it's not super warm, that's going to be the key. And she'll have to be on leash most of the time. There's no river crossings. Like where you have to ford across the river, I guess. There's bridges. There's 2 water crossings, but they're like just some creeks that one of them is never but like 6 inches deep, and then the other one is, you know, it can be 12 inches deep or so, but it's only like maybe 6 feet across. And there's a more shallow spot where she can easily just barely get her knees wet to wade through. See, she's sitting under the tree where the shade is. She knows. It's one thing she's smart about. But I'll have to put her on a leash just because there's lots of wildlife around there. Between deer and elk and black bear and grizzly bear and all that. And then also you get all the mule trains and people riding horses and all that. I did a couple big runs with Nessa back there before she passed away, and somebody came up on a horse, and well, I could see him way off in the distance. There's 2 people, and they were coming out of the wilderness, and I grabbed her and put her on the leash, and they thanked me for it, and I'm like, well, I know how my dog is, and she thinks that horses are just big dogs. And she tries to play with them. Like, she wouldn't like try and nip at them or anything like that. And this little butt head is the same way. When we were up in Lee Metcalf for one day, you get a lot of people that ride horses back there too, in that wilderness area. And we were going in, and some lady was riding her horse coming out, and I had to grab her and put her on her leash. And I could tell, like, the lady was like, my horse is used to dogs, not a big deal. And I was like, yeah, but I could tell this little butthead just wants to play. so we're not gonna chance it. She was excited. Now cows, I have no idea what this little shit thinks cows are. But hopefully she learned her lesson the other day when Mama cow turned and faced off with her. And of course, hanging out under the cholla again, you fucking fool. Why do you do that? The only cholla out here, you always go over there. It's the same one. You keep going over there. Come on, get away from there. Gosh dang, she's stupid. Every time. What is wrong with you? She's just completely stupid. I mean, look at this. We're going by all this freaking mesquite. She's not going over to them. But whenever a cholla pops up, she's like, oh, let's go over here and hurt our feet. Love having things stuck inside my feet. I don't even notice with all the cholla, it drops like little pieces of itself all over at the base. Geez, that wind is strong. I'm beginning to think, see, this direction of the wind is the direction the wind was supposed to blow yesterday, and it never did. Maybe they got their days wrong from the red flag morning. Because all day yesterday wasn't too bad. I don't know why it was red flag morning. Because this is easily like 10 mile an hour winds right now. Actually feels a little more than that. But the red flag warning for yesterday was 30 mile an hour winds, gusting up to 50, with winds out of the southwest, which would be exactly what direction these winds are coming from right now. But yesterday, when the winds did finally kick off, they still weren't this bad. Like last night we got some gusty winds, but they never, like during the day, they never even got this bad. And this isn't bad. But the winds were coming out of the southeast, not the southwest. It was just crazy. Like, the heck? Who is your weatherman? I really should run. We're almost to the road up here, but not gonna lie. Here I'm complaining about the wind, but it feels good, so I was enjoying it. Got all freaking sweaty. Where are you going? You gotta give me a chance to turn down the road before you figure I'm not turning down the road. Weirdo. Like I'm not even to the road yet. So she's like, oh, you're walking straight, so I guess we'll go down that way more. No, I haven't made it to the turn yet. That's the same mentality that she uses when she's half a mile ahead of me back at the van. And she's like, why have you not opened the door yet? I know you're half a mile away, but open the damn door. So nice out here. There is a trail up here. Maybe that's what we should do tomorrow. There's that trail that goes kind of on the base of these mountains, and it goes a long way. Maybe we should run down that, see what that's all about. My guess is it's something like this. An old road is probably what it is, instead of a proper trail, but who knows? Maybe it's a proper trail. I don't remember what it was called now. I said it earlier in the week, but I don't remember what it's called. Oh, jeez. Now, why did I start running at the base of the uphill? Fool. Should have ran where it was relatively flat, instead of running where it's uphill, like steep uphill. So let's take our time. Javelina, and I was like, you could tell they were munching on something, but I couldn't see them like munching on anything. Like whatever they were munching in their mouth, I couldn't see them taking off of anything. So I was like, what are these fools eating? Because I know at one point somebody told me they like to eat prickly pear. Which just boggles my mind that a tough mouth eat cactus. But like behind my van, there is like hardly any prickly pear. Like, so what are they? Like, I don't even know of any back there. Now and then, but not a lot. And then along this road, like right here, you know, there's some prickly pear right there. That has not been touched by javelina. So are they truly eating it? Because I know they wander through here. You think they would be chomping down on that. Or there's a huge patch right here. Hasn't been touched. It has some sort of disease on it, but maybe that's why it hasn't been touched. So I guess what I'm saying is there doesn't seem to be enough of it. Another batch right there. And that's what they're eating. So what else are they eating? Maybe there's more of it by way back there that I can't tell. Oh man, that van looks like it is so far away. Visually speaking, I still don't see how that is only a mile away. Because gosh dang, that thing is way off in the distance. Nari's fed up with me. She's like, you're not moving fast enough for me. There's an old video I saw like probably a year ago, and it had these two, I'm pretty sure they were labs. You know, they're doing the whole body lurch thing, tugging on this stick, and you hear the dog making the kind of growly, lurchy sound, you know, like they're tugging on a stick. And then the video pans over, and the dog that's actually making the noise is a Vizsla just laying down on the ground. Essentially making the sound effects for the two other dogs pulling on the stick. I wish I could find that video. It was hilarious. I've tried searching for it and nothing ever pops up. And I saw it on TikTok. You'd think you'd be able to find it, but no. Oh man, well, I got like half a mile left now, but oh, look, my dog does care about me. Just enough to see where I'm at and stop and turn around and go back the other direction. She's like, oh yeah, he's still coming, he's safe. Here she goes. Booping me on the back of the calf again? Is that what we're doing? Are we booping? Are we booping? Yeah, you got a cactus on the side of you. I felt it. Like around her shoulder. Obviously she doesn't care. Which means that she probably has some in her feet and in her face. Wow. For a reason. Is it because the wind is blowing? But this whole stream has been struggling with network connectivity. Maybe it's because I boosted my frame rate and whatever you call it, not contrast, but my quality. There we go, video quality. I still should make it have network connectivity issues. It just wouldn't be pushing, you know, full 10K. It would just be pushing whatever I can get. See, now it came back and it's pushing just 1K. What's going on today? Windy. It's all I have drank my entire water and I am parched. Oh, there she is. My dog was way off to the right. So I was just letting her do her thing. But she's entered the trail again, which means I probably should run, because we're only like a quarter mile now. I mean, who can't run a quarter mile? Even if it's super slow. There she is. Probably eating that poop that was right there. It's tasty. I mean, the good news is there's nothing left now. Don't have to worry about her eating it anymore. Nari, drop it, you fool. And you wonder why you have tummy issues. It's got to be a coyote. It's a big ass coyote though to be pooping that big. I really want to do those mountains. Maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow. If we leave tomorrow, we might leave. I might just take and stay an extra day, and then might just go all the way over to Black Canyon, but we'll see. Because I could, if we're gonna do that, I could just go and spend $10 and fill up our waters over here again. And I'm gonna have to go buy something in the grocery store to break a 20. Although you can use a credit card on that machine, but I don't want to use a credit card for 3 transactions at $2.50 a piece. And actually, no, it'd be more expensive than that, because it those prices, the $2.50, that's cash price. That's what it is for if you use a card or Google Pay or Apple Pay, whatever. Might as well just walk the rest of the way. We're almost there now. No reason to push ourselves. In fact, let's do this. Bam, bam. Oh, go. Hold on. There we go. Can't see my dashboard. Right. Couldn't see my dashboard. Whenever I change the camera views, it hides my dashboard. So, yeah, it's so nice out right now. Man. Problem is, she's gonna want the back door open. Tough part about having the back door open is the glare. So if I'm going to do any computer work, it's hard to see because of the glare coming in. Although I could just sit differently and all that, but although if I have that back door open, it's going to be windy in the van. You might just have to deal with it. Have the side door open and that's it. She's probably gonna want to lay outside anyways. I have my little, I guess you could call it a welcome mat or whatever, that I put outside the door. And she enjoys just laying there in the sun on top of that. When it's windy, windy like this. I don't know if she would do that. Who knows? We'll see, I guess. She's gonna be all sassy about wanting me to open that back door, but she's just gonna have to deal with it. Huh, you're just gonna have to deal with it there, sweet girl. We ain't doing it. Although if I had the side door shut and the back door open, it probably wouldn't be too bad. We'll see. We will. It's bright out here today with no clouds anywhere in sight. Still blowing dust up in the air over the top of the mountains there. Still make out the dust clouds. Yeah, I still make out dust clouds all around even. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this morning's run. I will be doing something tonight I'll be doing something tonight. If it's not too windy, I will be live streaming it as well. But yeah, right at 11 miles. Phone lies, that says 10.9. My watch says 11.09, so it's off by 0.2. But yeah, so might see you guys then. But that's gonna be it for now. I'll see you guys next time. Bye everybody, love y'all.